Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Binding of Isaac Repentance, where there has been a patch, and this is the first time that I will be recording playing with it. It has changed many things, mostly positive I would say, and all in all, I'm just very happy about it because it does change some of the more irritating tainted characters to be more fun. Also, it changes one particular unlock in the sense that when you get that item, it doesn't completely destroy any possible progress you can make in your run. So we are going to do the Delete This challenge under the 44th challenge right there, which you unlock when you unlock Tainted Eden. Because this one is fun, and I kind of want to have the unlock for it. We start off in the burning basement. It looks a little odd. The music does actually start playing. That's there were times, I don't know if this has been patch fixed or not, but there were times where the music would just not start playing until like the boss or the next floor effectively. Now every floor in this challenge looks a little odd. Every item is a little peculiar. This particular passive item happened to give me a little ghost that is shooting along with me, it seems, but there's also a reasonable chance that it'll do something else as well. Some items are passive, some are active. It's a little hard to tell what they do until you get them. And this challenge can be a little precarious in whether or not you can actually complete it. A bomb is suddenly there. That enemy has appeared. That's not usually in the basement, but that's now something we have to deal with. In a way, it is kind of in a weird place. It might just open the doors once all the other enemies are dead. But it doesn't seem so we're just going to be here for a moment. But that's effectively the challenge. We gotta kill the blue baby. So we gotta go all the way to the chest. Certain items may just instantly kill you, other items may make you effectively invulnerable. And if you're particularly unlucky, you can get to the end of the challenge, and then the challenge trophy that ends the actual challenge will just get disappeared by one of your items. So hopefully that doesn't happen. It has happened to me before, and it's a little disappointing. Certain trinkets still do the same thing, I suppose, like Lucky Toe will still give us some extra items, I do believe. The enemies that you would ordinarily find in a floor are still the same, but this is getting a little irritating already. It appears that sometimes I'm throwing a bloody bomb that spawns several of these enemies. Also, that little ghost just died, so there's an okay chance that this won't happen again. I'm just gonna hold the attack button for a while to see if it does just happen after a couple seconds. We could just leave the room, because we did just blow it up here, but it is kind of a shame about our items. So yeah, because that ghost died, I'm guessing it'll come back on the next floor, but we'll see. It's a little unpredictable at times. Mostly I'm just hoping to get an item that makes us completely indestructible in some way or another, because it would simplify things a little bit at least. Bombs, of course, also fairly effective at the start of a run at the end of the day, so that is kind of nice. I assume that if I go back into that one room, it'll still have those two multi-directional enemies sitting over there, so we're just gonna leave that alone. It is another passive item. It looks like a rune bag. Perhaps it'll even give us runes. Well, we'll see, I suppose. For now, we're just going to move on. Basement 2, the little ghost apparently can move. Oh, you can actually hold right trigger to get him to stop, kind of like Jacob and Esau, so that's kind of neat. So that'll at least make it a little bit more feasible to keep him alive, but I am still a little bit concerned about those bombs that occasionally come out of me that spawn very powerful enemies, so hopefully that's not going to happen too much. I'm concerned that it happens when I hold the attack while the ghost is there, because then it would kind of work the same like butt bombs, and that's just a mechanic in the game, so I'm trying to not hold the button too much. Although against Lust, I guess I could. Let's see. Maybe it's also just completely random. Maybe sometimes bad things will just occur. We are going to find out together. We got a key, so we can at least get one more item here. It is the Odom Lag. Very good. It's one of my favorite items. It's an active item. I'll try and use it in a room with enemies to see how it will work. Well, that's pretty good. It killed all the enemies instantly. Also, we're shooting coin tiers now for forever. So, alright. These don't necessarily have to give us coins per se. They may just look like coin tiers, but still, it seems fairly effective. If I can just kill everything in one hit. I'm going to try it against the boss later if I can, because I am a little curious. An item has come out of a pot. Not sure what. It's a 4-room charge. Let's just try to use it against the boss here for fun. Alright, cool. It shot a non-damaging laser beam into the boss, and then it spawned 2 enemies inside me. Occasionally when you use an active item, it'll also give you a stat up, so that's good times. But I might go back for the other item after this, because this doesn't seem ideal. It unfortunately didn't give us any health or anything either, so there's just not... It just doesn't seem that beneficial. Now, just as like a sort of slight spoiler, the first item in the list of items that we have, the one that kind of looks like a sad face, that's the thing that we would unlock at the end of this challenge. And it used to be that, well, if you pick up that item in a regular run, it will just do this, effectively. And it used to be that it would also overwrite things like the Polaroid, the negative, and all that stuff. And supposedly that doesn't happen anymore, so that's really the main reason why we are going to try this. This is a 1-charge item. Now it's a 2-charge item. It's tempting to keep this, actually, because low-charge items could be really interesting. But then again, this one killed everything, so I'm kind of still curious how effective this item ends up being. So, I will actually go back for health. There is a Tinted Rock here as well, so I might as well go for that. Stars card or Ansu's. I think I'll go for this. Should probably look for a secret room as well, thinking about it, but... let's just go... I don't even have bombs. I was gonna say, but maybe we could go into the super secret room, but I have nothing. Alright, well, that's fine. We'll, let's see if this item still works on the next floor, because occasionally there are some unexpected side effects to some of the items, so it can be a little difficult to tell what's going on, and it's good to be aware of such things. We are actually making money with these coin tiers as well, so that's actually quite good. That will be useful if we want to actually do anything on our shop. Obviously the items, well, you may have noticed that the items in the shop were like 86 coins and something like that. It's just random amounts of money that it will cost, so it can be good or bad. Yeah, this does seem pretty effective. I will just keep picking up items, even though at some point it's probably better to stop, as you will just get into a situation where you'll get a bad item that just ends your run. But at the same time, the whole fun of the challenge is to just go for it, you know? So I do kind of hope that we can just keep going for it instead. There's a lot of batteries on this floor, and there's now a horn on my head. Cool. That'll probably... Alright, we are now shooting flames. Occasionally we're just throwing a candle out there. Very nice, very cool. This is probably one of my favorite challenges in the game, but it is wild. Devil Deals and Angel Rooms also aren't immediately as interesting anymore, just because the items you get for it are just more of these items, but, well, you can't really... You have to spend health on them, which is obviously not ideal. We could spend 98 coins on this thing right here, but it might just be a little bit outside of our price range. Or 87 coins for this. But I might just go for the Soul Heart instead. And hopefully... that'll end up working out. I kind of want to have this item charged for the big room, and we might just use one of the charged keys or something like that for it, but might as well explore a little bit here first to see if we can just charge it regularly. Those flames are going to be interesting. I feel like that's going to be really helpful. Also, we're throwing 2 bombs down, apparently, when I used one. Which I'm not sure if that happened the previous time. Oh. And we have Mega Blast, and also bombs appeared. Also, our item charge went down again after we did all that, so there's a decent chance that this item is going to be effectively unusable. If the game says it is, so let's just see if we can use it here. Like, that's so good. Also a Black Rune. That, like, Black Rune will probably just still work like the Black Rune, as in it'll give you stat ups and things, so obviously that's quite nice. I do kinda... I want to see if this item works against the boss. Because if it does, then I will just have to find some way to make it work, but... barely anything. Alright, well, that's a shame. It does clear rooms, but, I mean, ultimately, if there is a different item that just removes my room charges entirely, then that's obviously not ideal. Also, probably shouldn't get hit by everything, so let's try to just survive this. We are not dealing a lot of damage when we're not just blowing up everything, which is not great against a boss that is spawning quite so many things. We have created some flames now. I have no real control over when that happens either, which is great. Occasionally we just shoot out flames, and it's an interesting experience for sure. There are 2 red hearts there. I'm a little tempted to go for my curse room, I suppose. Alright, another passive item. Could spend 2 hearts each on these things. Also, they changed some of the sprites a little bit. Like, these enemies look a little bit different now, I do believe. So that's a little neat. We are holding a glass cannon. It is actually a glass cannon. Fair enough. That will just happen on occasion, I suppose. There is a sacrifice room on this floor, which is also a little tempting. If only to get some bombs, because there is a decent amount of hearts on this floor. And it could allow us to get a decent amount of soul hearts if we're lucky, so a little tempted. We also have 17 coins in a reroll machine in our shop. We just lost some of our range, but we got it back again, so it's fine. It's all good. If I had some more bombs, I would do a whole bunch of stuff here, I suppose. Let's just see if this works out. I really wanted that to happen. I really wanted, for some reason, to touch that and hope that it would give us the good things, but it did not. I wanted to open up this secret room is really the main thing, but I was clearly way too late to even start with that idea, unfortunately, so it didn't quite work out. We have a knife now. That's exciting. But it might just be the item. Oh, I guess there is an item that gives you random mom items. It's a trinket, actually, usually, but it might just be one of our items at this stage. And that might be what's turning all of our things into other things. I also kind of forgot there were 2 hearts here, otherwise I would have actually gone to the sacrifice room. Later on I thought it was a bad idea, but yeah, it would have worked out. Overall, not the best start for this. I would really like to have a little bit more going on than what we currently have. But maybe we will. I can see forever that at least solves our bomb problem in terms of actually going into a secret room, so that's kind of nice. Can't really do anything with that. No door next to our curse room, unfortunately. This is nasty. What floor are we on? Catacombs 2. Are we really facing these enemies in Catacombs 2? That's unfortunate. I mean, admittedly, occasionally we are shooting a whole bunch of flames forward, but when we are not really dealing with these enemies very well. But yeah, sometimes we are, and I suppose that's the thing I need to consider as well. And hopefully that'll work out. That's a decent amount of money there. I'd love some health, I suppose. That would be kind of cool. This is also kind of nice when this happens. But it is only every now and then. Alright. Alright, yeah. That's what I would say if I picked up an item. The actual icon seems to be popping slightly out off screen there, but yeah, fair enough. That's the way it is. It created a fart, and it also increased my damage. Also took quite a lot of damage there, and the charge changed to 6 hearts, or 6 rooms, but I'm not sure if that was related to the item or me just being bad. Also, I seem to be shooting a lot more tears now. Am I? Or is that just a ghost? No, the ghost is gone. Or the ghost is invisible. Oh. No, the ghost is still there. It just it can't be seen. Alright, fair enough. I suppose that's acceptable. 37 coins for not quite inner child. It looks like it. Exactly like it, actually, but 'tis a ruse. My damage went down again. That's not good. Alright, well. God, this thing deals no damage either. It takes so long for that thing to actually die. Ay. I might go into the big room with the other item, actually. I might just keep the other item as well, because I think There's a decent chance this one actually does deal a full heart of damage to me, and that's just not great. Moon card could be good. I could just eat the other item with the Black Rune as well, which make life a little bit simpler. The poison damage occasionally is kind of good, and I think that might be attached to the active item we have right now. It's not charging either, which is not... Oh, the glass cannon actually... The glass cannon actually destroys it effectively, so that's... Right, that's not great for our active items then. Where was the other active item again? It was in our item room, that makes sense. Alright, let's walk all the way there. Take this. Reroll that into a 6 charge thingy. Also, we have our Mega Blast active again, so that's quite nice. Let me give a think about this, because this will clear the room. Yeah. I guess if I just don't shoot the glass cannon, we're good. Also, no, that removed our charge as well. That's not ideal. Alright, so active items become a little bit less useful now, and that's not great, because active items do show up a lot in this challenge. So it, I think that is definitely passive item related then. I will just void or Black Rune the other thing that we have over here then, because I don't think it's going to be useful anymore, but it will at least give me a stat up. Cool. A slight speed increase. Fair enough. There's no red hearts on this floor. Probably shouldn't go for the curse room then, but I kind of want to. More out of desperation at this stage, admittedly, but still, it is a choice that I would like to make. I guess I should probably play this, huh? Because if I don't, then I think I'm going to be in trouble. This might at least give us a soul heart. There's a stars card, a devil card, and a soul heart. So that's good. Butter. It's almost tempting, actually. Justice card, that's not too bad. Black feather could be good. I don't know what in this the game would call evil, but none of the things we have, that's for sure. 2 soul hearts. Alright. 3 soul hearts, wow. Justice. Pretty damn good. Alright, so Devil World, Moon. Devil is tempting just because it's a damage up and that could be useful against the boss. We'll take a couple soul hearts here and hopefully the active item is just going to insta-kill the boss or something like that. And not insta-kill me. Or we would just have a knife, that would also be lovely, but unlikely. Huh? We did take half a heart of damage. Alright. Yeah. Just a regular old charge. Okay. So, that's at least health, that's good. Please, just let go of that. I'm not sure what sound that is, but it goes on for a while. It's like a low-pitched version of another sound. Using it seemingly did nothing, but there weren't enemies here, but that's never going to charge again, so let's just leave that alone. Yeah, I don't know. Let's just go. I was tempted by the devil card because I think it's going to be useful later, but hopefully we'll manage. I like the lighting on this floor here. Looks quite nice. Hopefully that lighting is going to save us from any and all dangers because we are still not dealing a lot of damage. Except when that happens, which is a little unreliable. Also the massive poison death clouds, I suppose, are pretty exciting. But not using my item charges is proving to be rather difficult. This is a nasty room for a build that doesn't deal damage. I'm kind of forced to go into roots like that, which is not ideal. Just leave that room. I'm guessing when I use the flame, it'll also use up my item charge, which is not ideal when it comes to trying to charge an item. That's not worth it. Probably should have looked for a big room, but fair enough. And we have found the boss room. It's a little tempting to go in there immediately. I'm not sure. We're in like depths 1, I'm assuming. God, fighting these enemies without a build is nasty. Especially when I just run into every attack. That's also not helpful, obviously, but there we go. It does just go all out, which I appreciate. Fallen, I mean, usually I'd be fairly happy with this. We do have 8 bombs. We have a decent amount of bombs, actually. Let's get rid of this flame. That flame was going to be trouble. I don't want to deal with that level of nonsense. It takes so many shots before he actually stops chasing us as well. One. And we hit one of them, which is great. And the other one died to a random fart explosion, so that's positive. Pretty positive. I should probably do the rest of the floor as well, just because we don't have much going on here per throw. That's interesting. It was a passive. Oh, we got a shield. It might even work. Let's just do this. Not the greatest idea I've ever had, but it is certainly an idea. I'm curious if the shield blocks anything. Oh no. That just got rid of the item pedestal. Probably should have just picked it up. Oh, that's not good. I kind of was hoping to reroll both, but then one of the items disappeared. That's also the kind of effect that removes your winning trophy at the end, so not great. The shield does block tears, so that's good. And we win. Very nice. Let's do that. We got another passive item. Very interesting. Not immediately saying good. When I picked up my card, it seemed to explode into a big fart. Alright, this has potential, even though it is a little precarious, because it does... we technically have a method of dealing damage. Also, we have infinite bombs, so I can more easily go into my secret rooms. It's not a great strategy, but it certainly is a strategy, so it'll have to do. I don't know how effective it is against enemies, but we're going to find out together today. There we go. Reasonably, honestly. We got cleared out the whole room effectively, so it's not too bad. I could destroy all those pots. Okay, yeah, this definitely does give us some options. I kind of want to give that beggar all my money. Oh, no. That's not what I wanted. That's not how I intended to use that. But I did. I do need to be careful with that. I really would have liked to have that Mega Blast in this room in particular, but no. Let's see, how much of the room does this take out? Because it does hit quite a range. But I have to be quite careful with where I am. But it does seem to be my main source of damage right now. It is definitely more reliable than the alternatives. I can no longer drop this flame, so that's not great. So it's a good thing we found it. Nope, I can also no longer... this is a problem. I can probably still place a bomb. But I was unable to do anything with that flame at the end there, so that's not ideal. Okay, that's worrying, but hopefully not the end of the world. Just gonna... Sure, we charmed them. Very nice, very good. I also hope that we are actually picking up the consumables, because I have not paid very close attention to that. Yeah, we're definitely getting coins, so that's good. Occasionally we're getting like glitter bomb effects as well, which is fairly nice. I would like to stop using Mega Blast on rooms that don't have enemies inside them, but it is what it is. Active item, 6 charge. Small fart. Yeah. Create a small fart. That's what it did. Possibly something else that we didn't see. Oh no. You know what? We're good. We're not dealing with that nonsense right there. That's a little bit too much. I did not anticipate 8 coins all turning into brimstone enemies, but here we are. I also don't particularly want to deal with this. There's a good chance this run's gonna die. I'd be very surprised if it doesn't because of what's happening so far. But that's okay. It's one of those challenges you have to enjoy, otherwise you're gonna have a very miserable experience about it. Let's take the Soul of Judas as well. There we go. It's a decent amount of coins. We might be able to get the beggar to pay out at least. It is a challenge, so they usually are a little bit kinder. There is also a blood donation machine there, so that could end up being useful as well. That's a half a red heart. He's trying to give me a hint to donate blood, I think. 2 of hearts. Okay, definitely trying to give me a hint to donate blood. Sun card as well. Jeez, alright. Gotta be careful with that. Ah, God. Let's just do this. Oh, shoot. Yep. Yeah, that was not entirely unexpected. Ah, well. The sun card's good. It's a shame that you're only giving us that, and that also I dropped so many bombs. Ay, ay, ay. Alright. So we have a sun card, which is healing, which is actually kind of what I wanted. I mean, I wanted to have health, really. I was hoping that he would pay out in health, and ultimately he did not quite do that. But this gives us some survivability at least, so that's kind of good. We are getting Hush music in Cathedral 2. Very nice. We are dealing very low damage. Our tear rate's fine. Don't think these enemies are gonna do much. But I should probably just be throwing those flames out as quickly as I can every time, because I think it's like a thing where you have one flame and then you get another flame at the same time and you end up with the candle above your head and not being able to do anything, and that's obviously not ideal. I should probably just drop an item and pick it up, because I think this is gonna take years, but occasionally we do an attack like that and then we win, so it's also like, should I though? Curse of the Blind ultimately doesn't matter too much in this mode, so we do have that going for us. We don't even get boss battle music, that's interesting. Also the little ghost gets a little shield as well, and it's slightly translucent. That's cute. We did get the end of boss battle music there, so that's neat. Don't know what poisoned them, but yeah, alright. Get another Mega Blast, that also seems very nice. More of these are nice and reasonable. There's a lot of hearts on this floor, and a lot more if we can actually fly, but that last part is certainly not a guarantee during this. Ooh, big poison. Yeah, that just killed all of them. Big poison is a good time for this. We're getting a decent amount of bombs as well, actually. Let's just deal with this. Very nice. Once again, a decent amount of money. If we find another beggar, we can maybe get something to pay out there. I mean, it's working. It's clearing rooms occasionally, except when it's taking a really long time to do so, but when it isn't, it's honestly fairly effective. Black Rune again, so that could give us another stat up if we can find an item. Which on this floor shouldn't be too impossible. Realistically, I probably should stop picking up items from at this stage, but I will not. Oh, I forgot about the ghost. I was holding the button to drop my item so I could pick it up and create bombs, but then I left my ghost friend behind, unfortunately. That's fine. Oh! Well, that's unexpected and not great. Because I kind of wanted to use that Black Rune there. Oh well. Oh, whoops. I just blanked. My card disappeared. That's not great. Because I wanted to pick up this pill to see what it was, and then I wanted to pick up the card again, but now it's in the previous room. I mean, this is alright. I don't know if I like this more than the Lucky Toe, though, because this will give us a lot more just things. I guess it was over here. I was just being silly about it. Alright, just real quick, let me do this. Because it kind of looked like there could have been a super secret room there. There unfortunately was not, but it could have been. Curse room's a little bit more tempting now, I suppose, since we got rid of all of our soul hearts. Also with Mega Blast, I don't actually even hate going into the curse room if there's enemies inside it with the build that we have. So that'll do. It's a mystery. It was a passive item, very cool. We shall see how much this will bite us in the butt. Oh, hello, friend. That's slightly worrying, but not as much as you would expect. So I guess do we get that every time we pick something up? Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, alright. Very cool. Let's just do this then. Very nice. A lot more money. Oh god, I should not be doing that. That is not a safe way to deal with life. Pheromones. I should blow that one up, actually, I guess. I'm guessing I already blew up a shopkeeper, judging from my devil deal chances there, but it's fine. Also, we could tell what the shop was, I think, while we were in the secret room. So did we accidentally open up the door there? Because that would save us a key. Yeah. Alright, what are we gonna do here? I like that soul heart a lot. I like the idea of blowing up shopkeepers as well. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna knock that one over there. Very good. Alright, now we need to be a little careful. So as we don't blow up the reroll machine. Because that's what I want to avoid. Up. Whoop. There we are. Very nice. Just like that item. Not possible. 6 coins. Duh. Okay. Right. That does happen. You got a card out of that. That's not too bad. Shame that I destroyed my own soul heart there, but that was on me. I forgot to move when I picked up the item. Again, really? That's unlikely, I feel. And with that, let's just blow this one up as well. Oh, that's a big bomb. Where did that one come from? From the pot? That's unusual. I want to get that. I want to get that extra soul heart really badly, so we're just gonna do our best. Oh, these are mushrooms, right? These aren't real. Okay, okay. Let's just try and find some money elsewhere. This is such a ridiculous challenge. I love it so much. It's so strange. And it can really just go all over the place, and I appreciate that. Oh, nearly forgot about it again. There we go. There is a lot of hearts here. That's not great. It was a passive item again. We also got like 10 coins for picking that up, so that actually ended up working out better than expected. I'm gonna give him coins until we're at 5 and then just leave. I was giving him money previously in the idea of that'll give me health, but I'm assuming this isn't lunch or anything. Nope, this is just a thing. It doesn't have a charge. I don't know what it does, but it doesn't have a charge. Oh, I really wish I could check this out. I'm gonna take this with me. And real quickly just make sure that we still drop nonsense all over the place. Yeah, we do. Okay. I'm gonna see what this does against enemies. Also, we still have 5 coins so I can buy that soul heart. Also, there was still the black rune there, which I kept to eat all the items that we could possibly buy in the shop. for a little bit more range, not quite the stats that I'm hoping for. There's a decent chance that the thing just does nothing, but if it deals damage, then we're good. It's really the... It doesn't seem to do much of anything, does it? That's the life. I mean, it might be doing something that we're not aware of. But it's not exactly ideal. So, I'm gonna go with plan B. And just create some bombs. I did not... Ooh, lasers! I really want this to be doing something, but I'm not sure... What? Just something, really. Just seeing any sort of effect from it would be lovely. I'm gonna create some more bombs, I think. Yeah, there we go. Just create some friends to actually deal the damage here, because we are clearly not going to be doing it. And now we just wait for the fight to be over. There we go. It is technically what you could call a strategy. We did get the Polaroid there. That's really the main thing that wasn't working previously. It was my sun card that disappeared. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I was somehow still in the understanding that I still had that for some reason, but clearly we do not. So health-wise, we are significantly worse off, so that's not great. We still have quite a ways to go. I'm hoping this item does something against regular enemies. I mean, oh. I mean, enemies are getting poisoned. I don't know if that's due to me using the active item, but I think it might be. But it doesn't help that occasionally it seems to be causing some other effects that are not great. Like that one, where it just restarts the brew. But if we can get these bosses to die this way, that'll be lovely. I mean, with these bosses in particular, admittedly, I could just... That's not great. I was trying to drop my cards, then both of them, both my trinket and my card, turned into an enemy, as you may have seen. So Lilith is always a good time, because that's just a regular item. Unfortunately, it's not the easiest one to use. Whoop. Is it just gonna teleport me out every time it... Yeah, that's like almost a good item as well. That's like so close to being usable, but instead it's perfectly not. I guess it means I can run around for a bit and establish what's going on and then start doing the fight, but that's really the only thing we're getting out of it. I guess that's why we got teleported every time against a boss, because they probably spawned an enemy and then we teleported out. Because this will do that every time. That's really unfortunate. Oh, we can technically create knives, though. Maybe? Oh, we teleported elsewhere. How does that work? I don't understand my items, but again, that's like the whole challenge at the end of the day. This takes a minute. I somewhat regret taking this item, but it is what it is. Soul of Lilith is occasionally also seemingly causing the poison effect there. Quite frequently as well, which is amazing. I'm gonna keep the Hierophant card for a while, which doesn't sound like it's smart. That's because it's not. But we already lost our Devil Deal chances on this floor, so I'd rather just have it on another floor. There's a lot of red hearts here, so I would prefer to have that kind of stuff available here. Is that fly really my main source of damage right now? Because that's not ideal either. But at least we got something going on if we once again get into the situation where there's a candle above my head that I cannot use. So it sure is something. I'm tempted to keep this combination of items that I have right now, even though it is clearly not amazing by any means. But it's good enough. Also, that enemy sprite got changed. Because I can do stuff like that. We still have 24 bombs available, which could be really useful. The sacrifice room is once again very tempting. If we can get some red hearts on this floor at least. But we don't have anything that's completely unusable. Like, this is obviously not great, but... And also it seems to teleport me to a room at random, which is not ideal either. I can do stuff like this. Oh, it turns the items into... Oh, that's a shame. I was slightly hoping that the items would stay, or the consumables at least, but they also all turned into coins, so yeah. It once again is what it is. Don't care for this room, but yeah, that fly is destroying worlds. Maybe because it just hits so frequently, and maybe my tears are doing something similar as well, but it's not as obvious. I see the tinted rock, I will come back to you. I'll actually blow you up first, I suppose. Yeah. I'm a little curious about something, actually. I need to find, like, a consumable that I don't care too much about. Because I think I can turn everything into those weird little gemstones and then just teleport out. Something like that. No, it's really when there's enemies around, and then it does turn everything into nothing, but... That's very odd, isn't it? Here? Yeah. I mean, it is very tempting. I'm not gonna lie. I do like the mystique and the mystery. That gave us more range. A lot more range. And that's always good. Range is the best, actually. It is what we need in these times. It didn't change my active items to pick that up, which you could call fortunate or unfortunate. This is certainly a room. We did just create a lot of good stuff there. Whoops. Need to not keep doing that, though. Kinda hope I can just lure this into the fly and deal with the toxic damage. Very cool. These are not pots. They're lies. I'm not gonna drop my card, because I think that that didn't work out great last time I did. That's a lot of red hearts. Yeah, I should definitely go for the sacrifice room at the end of this. Because I think it would be foolish not to. Let's just knock that over there. Let's just take care of this with bombs entirely, because, quite frankly, I want to live. I kind of want to survive this, and I think I can. And I think that would put me in a really good position afterwards if I can actually live through this. But I do need to survive this one fight. Come on. Be nice. Maybe just run into that bomb fly. That would actually be really nice as well. I mean, it's unlikely that it's going to be worse, but certainly not impossible. Because the one we had right there was effectively unusable, but that doesn't mean it's the worst thing available. Also, occasionally you get items that activate when you take damage, so also be careful of that. Alright. I will not go to half a heart, because I will run into a spike and die. That is more or less guaranteed. Or run into those red flames, or just my own bomb. Like, there's a lot going on here that can very easily just end this, so obviously not ideal. You see? You see what I'm talking about. I mean, clearly that was on me as well, but I'm never quite ready for what this game can bring. What's the next one? Chest with a heart inside, so that worked out. It's a little scary to pick up any consumable, but it must be done. One soul heart. Alright, and then there's troll bombs, and then there's angel, and then there's coins or hearts. Can I realistically survive 3 more hits? It's not great. It's not ideal. My active item doesn't damage me, so that's good. There is one more full red heart on this floor. There could be a couple in these pot-looking things, because they are probably just the rocks that explode into tears and occasionally drop health as well. So let's see if this works out. Got us a bomb. Because if we get the many soul hearts payout, then we're obviously in a really good spot. If we only get coins, then we're still fine. It's not great red heart wise, but we'll have a lot of soul hearts regardless, just because of how many are currently on the floor. Yeah. Cool. Boop. And then finally, very nice, we got the good stuff instead of the bad stuff. I do not mind. That is entirely acceptable. With that, we can move on. Feeling slightly okay about life, so all in all, that's pretty good. Hopefully, we didn't pick up anything weird that's gonna kill us. I probably should stop picking up items at this point. Womb 2. I even forgot we had the little ghost, but I suppose he does show up every now and then. Oh, jeez. Let's do this very carefully. Because there is some danger here. Syringe. We no longer have a trinket. This could actually be okay, but I'm a little bit worried about experimental treatment. But at least this would allow me to create some happenings. This is not great. I once again had the flame above my head that I couldn't stop, possibly because of the Mega Blast, admittedly, but it was there, and I got frightened. Also, I need to remember not to use the actual glass cannon thing. Ooh, okay. Yeah, okay, our item's pretty good, as it turns out. Yep. That changes things a bit. I think I'm no longer going to touch anything. We are just going to walk to the end. And not pick up any more items. We have a build. Which is a build that turns all enemies into red goop. And I'm okay with that. That is the kind of nonsense that this particular challenge can make some good use of. Guessing it doesn't work against the boss, but I had to try. Come on. Big poison. Worried about the attacks. I'm trying to block the tears with my shield, but it's not working out great. But quite frankly, I need to do some damage here. Let's just drop a couple bombs as well. There we go. That took a lot of damage. That took a lot of soul heart damage there, but maybe it's fine. Ugh. At least we can use this to find the remaining secret rooms. I was a little worried, not gonna lie, when I dropped my Hierophant card, because I worried that it was just going to disappear in some strange way, as it often does in this challenge, but it worked out. Fool card. I don't want more items. I don't want to touch anything anymore. We're in a good place. I kind of appreciate where we are right now, so let's just leave that alone. I will just quickly eat this. Doesn't change anything about the challenge, just gives me a soul heart. Where is the super secret room? There is admittedly one room we haven't explored yet, but it's just kind of a strange place. I don't want to do more rooms. But at the same time, enemies just disappear, I suppose. It doesn't really matter too much. I'll just leave that alone. I don't really need a Soul of Bethany that much. But yeah, that's the challenge. It's going to be more difficult once we reach the chest again, because then all the enemies are bosses and this item won't do anything. But for a while, we're going to be in a good place, and I appreciate that. I'm just a little bit worried about the chest, because we don't deal that much damage regularly. Curse of the Blind. But look at that. Shield enemies do nothing. Everything disappears. Including, unfortunately, like the blue flames and things that we could use to turn into soul hearts, but I'm willing to make that sacrifice for the good of the remainder of my health. Because tinted rocks probably don't change. There's Degas again. Whoops, should not have done that. Should have just left the room. I did not just leave the room. That was my bad. Gonna look for a super secret room. There's multiple places where it could be. Also, regular secret room, I suppose, could be in between all these places. This looks actually pretty good. Yeah, there you go. Could be okay. Could be interesting. Do we have some kind of brimstone? No, it's a knife. We have a knife. That'll work as well, I suppose. Just need to be a little careful with the barrels. A red card. That's exciting. Joker. Maybe we could check it out. I guess.
Joker.
Nope. None of that. None of that stuff, thank you. I guess I probably should just go for Isaac since I don't really want to explore this floor anymore without my item being charged. Oh, okay, right. Was definitely ready for that. With the shields, this shouldn't be too bad, but I mean, yeah, there is that. There is that at the end of the day. Okay, I'm taking so much damage, jeez. Okay, let's calm down a little bit. It is not great that my main source of damage is that one fly, because it is a little tricky to use at times. As you might be able to tell from my vast amounts of damage taken. Especially when he's over there. There we go. BFF would have been nice, but I don't think it exists. Alright, we're making progress, we're making progress. There is some red hearts on this floor, so I can heal up again after this at least. And there's still the rest of the floor to explore. But I am a little worried about the situation I'm in here. Just drop one bomb, which unfortunately caused me to take some damage upon trying to do so. I mean, I could just shoot tears, admittedly, which will take a while, but it will work in the long run. Because it's not like he can realistically deal damage to me if I'm trying to dodge. I was just mostly focused on actually dealing damage, and that, I think, was causing me to take a lot more damage instead. But I think we're about done here. As slow as this might be going. Very nice. Let's take that for fun. Alright, so let's explore the rest of this floor. I don't know if a tinted rock even shows up properly, or if it just looks like another thing. Although this kind of looks like one. Yeah, I guess because it is one. Yeah. There you go. Very nice. So I guess tinted rocks do stay, so I should be looking for that. They are a little hard to see with these rocks, unfortunately, but not impossible. That didn't do anything, right? That is a problem on this floor as well. I should be a little careful about that as well, I suppose. But it's so tedious. It's not great. If I get hit one more time, I'm gonna need to actually use the Hierophant, I think. I really would like to avoid that. Ah, the Polaroid. Okay. Cut that a little bit closer than I probably should have, but that's fine. Let's go get that red heart from the super secret room. We're fine. We're good. We are safe. We are not safe, but we're fine and good. That's really the main thing. Can I get some more health on this floor? I'd like to be at least on maybe full hearts, or if not, then at least something kinda nice. Like those rooms are nice at least. There's probably a secret room over here. Nope. And I don't know if I should be using the item every time, because it does stop certain things as well from existing, and some of those could be maybe good. It also destroys these, but they come back when you re-enter the room. That's odd. I guess it doesn't destroy them that hard, but yeah. Like ordinarily you could destroy these rocks and maybe hearts would come out of them, but they are not real. They may look like that, but that's not what they are. And it's very deceptive. I'm actually very tempted. Seemingly nothing. Possibly it does something to enemies, but certainly not as effective as this item is currently doing it, I would have to imagine. Except when that happens, of course. That was a good random series of bombs to come out there. Temporary demon, that sounds great. I'd love to be temporary demon. Ignore the laughs, they're probably not real. Oh, that's a lot of health that we got there. And then immediately lost, but... Ooh, and the sun card. A lot of things just happened. Okay, let's just clear out the remaining rooms. This is no longer charged. Oh, God. That's not great. That's not what you want. Alright, so I think I have to go for the other item, since that gave me a bunch of black hearts. There's a sun card, which is nice. Which I can't pick up, but I should be able to. Should I take one more hit of damage? I probably should. It's not ideal, but it will give me Polaroid. What's this? Blank rune. And it was Yera. Which doesn't really help me out. Oh no, wait, it absolutely does. Right. That's the damage I wanted to take, I guess, but not really quite in the way that I don't know why everything exploded suddenly. And that concerns me a little. But it's fine. It worked out. Alright. Cool. We have Polaroid. We have an item that can heal us. I'm not sure what it did to my damage. Might be irrelevant. Hopefully irrelevant. 4 charge is not great, but it'll have to do. Let's go. Let's go. Also, if we hadn't taken the Polaroid, I'm pretty sure this still would have taken us to the chest, because it's a challenge and it just works a little differently. It is very tempting, but I probably shouldn't. Keep the bombs away. Decent start of a floor. Little concerned about this, but a bomb would take care of most of this fight, I think. 2 bombs especially. Oh, that's why I was dropping 2 bombs, right? I keep forgetting that's how it works. I was told that that's what happens there, but I kind of keep forgetting that. Because that's what happened in another time when I got that ghost and suddenly we were dropping 6 bombs at the same time. I think it was during Cantrip. Also, every time I shoot a flame, I'm pretty sure it removes the charge of my item, which is, again, not ideal. So I'd really like to charge this item. Which is a little hard to guarantee, but fair enough. It's fine. If we can just keep getting rooms like this, then that's okay. We killed one of them already just by getting them to make friends. Accidentally threw a flame there. Because occasionally it just appears. And unfortunately there is little to be done about such situations other than just not attacking at all. Which is exactly what we're going to try to do here right now. We're just going to try to do everything with bombs in the fly. There we go. 24 bombs remain. We get another soul heart for our troubles. We are struggling to pick the right direction, but that's okay if the rooms are kind, and so far they have been reasonably. I should use the Polaroid a little bit more offensively, I think, but it's fine, it's all fine, it's all fine. Don't press any buttons. I want to use my item. It heals a little bit. It heals like the nail, I suppose, which isn't amazing, but it's something. I guess at this point I can just shoot tears as well, because our item charge is at 0 anyway. If you could just not drop a bunch of health, that would actually be kind of ideal. Don't be a meanie. We seem to have also that spinning thing around us, which I don't know if that helps us, but it's nice that it's there, I suppose. Bird throw? Could be good. Pins? Yeah, just... no, I was gonna say mostly just regular pins, but also one big one. Yeah, it's fine. Oh my god! Alright, that can happen. That's only slightly worrying, I suppose. This boss isn't too bad anymore in Repentance Land, where things actually have shadows, but is a little bit worse when my main source of damage, once again, is a small fly that spins around me. There we go. Accidentally used a flame, but it is what it is. I can barely stop it, if I'm being real. I will open up every chest. I want to see what's inside them and then be slightly disappointed immediately afterwards. We'll just... oh god. I'm gonna say, we'll just take care of Ragman first, because he seems troublesome and this one doesn't seem too bad. It is the one that shoots the bad bombs, but... yeah, it's working out. There we go. Yeah, that's not great. But we got one of them. And we got two of them. And I managed to stop attacking before I threw a flame at someone. Which is positive. One more room. Oh my god. Took so many shots. There you go. We're gonna have our item charged. We're just gonna do our best here today. Probably gonna drop some bombs in a second once he reaches the next phase. Our speed is not great. I'm starting to realize now at the very last room of the challenge. That's fine. Let's just drop a couple of these. Yeah, we can do decent damage when Polaroid is active, which is good. I mean, it will activate. It absolutely will activate. We still got a couple of uses of Polaroid left, which is also quite nice. Also, that enemy just appeared that deletes things in a bad way, so I'm hoping that we can just pick up the thing and then just leave. Get me out of here. Get me out of this challenge. Okay, good. I'm always a little concerned that that thing is going to just disappear at the very end and ruin everything, but that was certainly a challenge. It's always a little wild. It's always very unpredictable, but I've never not enjoyed it. It's so good. And now we get Temperance, which I thought wasn't the unlock. I was confused. I thought you got the other thing, the one that actually causes that to happen, but maybe that's like killing Delirium with Taint and Eden instead or something like that, but fair enough. This card's okay. It makes you eat a lot of pills, which can be good sometimes if you have a lucky foot or something like that. Either way, that's another challenge completed. It was one I was partially worried about with how difficult it is and partially like, I can't wait to do this, but I was confused about unlocks and that's why I waited a bit with it so long. Fair enough. Either way, hope you all enjoyed it. Next time we play, we'll do another run with a different character, and I hope to see you all there. Bye bye.